From him still trying to patch things up despite all odds to an insanely messy fight with his next-door neighbor, here's how Kevin Costner exposed the nightmares of his divorce. Oh man, Kevin Costner is going through a tough time right now, and it looks like it's really getting him down. He's feeling deeply saddened about his split from his wife, Christine Baumgartner. One source close to Kevin dished some deets about the divorce, saying, "It was not anything that he wanted or sought, and if he could change the situation, he would." Now it's pretty clear that Kevin didn't want this divorce, and he especially didn't want it to get so messy. Maybe that's the reason why Kevin is still holding out hope and trying his best to save his marriage. Christine filed for divorce from Kevin on May 1st, 2023, after a whole 19 years of marriage. That's basically a lifetime. Still, she felt like they were no longer compatible. Ouch, that's gotta sting. These two have been through a lot together since tying the knot in 2004. For one, they have 3 kids, Caden, Hayes, and Grace. But that's not all. Kevin has a bunch of other children from previous relationships too. He's a family man, which is maybe why the news comes as quite a shock to everyone. People literally thought Kevin and his wife were couple goals. But life can throw all sorts of curveballs, right? To make it worse, Kevin's professional life is going through some major changes too. He's been the face of Yellowstone since it premiered in 2018, playing rancher John Dutton. But Paramount Network confirmed that the show will come to an end after the second half of Season 5 airs later this year. So Kevin is clearly dealing with a double whammy of personal and professional challenges. And some folks think his work-related struggles and his personal life issues are connected. There were reports that Kevin wasn't too thrilled about the show's filming schedule, which caused a delay in production and pushed back the premiere of new episodes originally set for this summer. But wait, his lawyer stepped in and shut down those rumors real quick. According to them, the idea that Kevin wanted to work for a week on the second half of Season 5 is a big fat lie. He just isn't the kind of guy who'd be that impossible to work with. They made it clear that Kevin is incredibly passionate about the show and has always worked to make it a success, which might be a problem. An insider spilled the tea to us weekly, revealing that the production problems on the show were one of the reasons behind the split. Can you believe it? It seems like the delays and scheduling conflicts were the last straw in their marriage. Yikes. Whatever the case may be, it's been troubling Kevin real bad. When he was initially offered the role of John Dutton, he had some reservations. The job meant being away from his family for long stretches of time, and that didn't sit well with him. You see, the couple was based in California, while the show films in Montana and Utah. That geographical distance is no joke. It caused a lot of problems in their relationship. Kevin's team even explored the possibility of moving the show to California so that he could film certain scenes closer to home. But that never worked out. Give the guy credit though, he really made an effort to try and make it work for his family. Now there's a bit of good news for all you Yellowstone fans. Even though the flagship show is now wrapping up, the Dutton saga will live on through a sequel series that's currently untitled. And hey, if that's not enough, there's a spin-off series called 1923 that's already been renewed for a second season, and another spin-off called Lawman Base Reeves set in 1883 that's on the horizon. And let's not forget about the spin-off titled 6666, which focuses on the 4-6's ranch in Texas. There's plenty of Yellowstone goodness still coming our way. Let's just hope things settle down in Kevin's life soon, so that we can continue seeing his awesome acting chops in the production. Unfortunately though, there's no end in sight to his domestic troubles, with his divorce case being increasingly twisted and bitter. Kevin says his estranged wife won't move out unless he okays unreasonable financial demands. And guess what? He's pleading with a judge to kick her out of their fancy Santa Barbara home. Lucky for him, they had a prenuptial agreement that stated she had to skedaddle within 30 days if they ever split. In the filing, Kevin revealed that he was left homeless when his first marriage ended, and he's determined not to go through that ordeal again if things don't work out with her. Makes sense, right? But nope, she ain't budging. She flat out refused. According to the court papers, Kevin claims that Christine's pulling a fast one by refusing to leave unless he agrees to some totally crazy financial demands. Talk about drama. His superstar divorce attorney, Laura Wasser, is firing back on his behalf, arguing that Kevin has already forked over a whopping $1 million to help her find a new place. He even agreed to cover her mortgage, property tax, and insurance for a whole year. Talk about a sweet deal. And get this, back in the early days of their marriage, he even coughed up an extra $200,000 as part of their prenup deal. But here he is, waiting for a judge to make a ruling on Kevin's motion regarding the house situation. Looks like these two will be heading to court next month for a hearing on their split. Kevin's not messing around when it comes to their kids either. He's proposed a hefty $30,000 per month for temporary child support, and he's even thrown in $10,000 to cover her moving expenses. And hey, he's been making sure their 3 teenagers enjoy the lifestyle they're used to by trying to figure out a summer visitation schedule, you know? But hold on to your hats, folks. Things are getting super messy. Kevin dropped a bombshell in his divorce filing. He claims that Christine went on a shopping spree, charging a jaw-dropping $95,000 to his credit card for legal services and a forensic accountant, without even giving him a heads up. Damn, this Hollywood drama has definitely taken a wild turn. I guess we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out in court. Let's not forget about Kevin's previous high-profile divorce from his college sweetheart, Cindy Silva. That one hit him just as hard in the wallet, as Cindy was awarded a whopping $80 million, a nasty chunk of his net worth, to say the least. These things sure can get messy, can't they? Here's what a spokesperson for Kevin is saying about the situation. Obviously, he's sad over the circumstances and is requesting privacy for everyone involved. He sure as hell needs some breathing room. I mean, you'd think the guy's been through enough. But boy, he's got even more things falling apart in his life lately. Kevin Costner reportedly also had a falling out with his next-door neighbor, and it has everything to do with his divorce. This tech entrepreneur named Daniel Starr decided to lease their fancy beachfront guest house for an entire year, thinking it would be a sweet setup for him and his 4-year-old son. I mean, who wouldn't want to live right by the beach, right? The dude ended up becoming tight with Kevin and Christine. They were like one big happy family, hanging out with their kids and all. But here's when things started going south. When Kevin had to jet off for some filming gig, Christine and Daniel started spending a lot of quality time together. And I mean, a lot! Like she would practically stroll into his house on the daily. Naturally, when Kevin got wind of their close bond, he didn't take it lightly. There was a major confrontation between him and Daniel, and things got pretty ugly. Christine, probably feeling the heat from Kevin, sent a text to Daniel asking him to vacate the premises. Ouch! Poor Daniel was devastated. He loved living there and felt like he hadn't done anything wrong. So, he lawyered up and tried to fight for his rights. Long story short, after some legal back and forth, Kevin came out on top. He simply wasn't interested in hearing Daniel's side of the story and managed to kick him out. Daniel had to cut his leash short and skedaddle out of there in March 2023. So as you can probably tell, there's been trouble in paradise for quite some time. Christine, feeling pretty lonely while Kevin was off being a movie star, tried to forge some connections to fill the void. Can you blame her? But alas, Kevin's reported jealousy crushed those attempts. Man, that must have been tough for her. So there you have it. From an insanely messy fight with his next-door neighbor, to him still trying to patch things up despite all odds. That's how Kevin Costner exposed the nightmares of his divorce.